Alright, today is Sunday, and as promised, I am doing a video on the stamp show that I went to. It's one of those things that it's sort of okay advertised, but hardly anybody goes to it. Nobody. When I say nobody, there was probably at least me. I'm guessing that probably there was no more than 30 customers, and half of the customers were other vendors buying from other vendors. Really interesting. So I got there, I went from the Goodwill bins first, and then I went there just a few minutes before 10 o'clock, and then they let us in at 10. And then it would have been nice if it opened at 9, because I would have had a little more extra time there. But, I mean, I had plenty of time, and I could have stayed longer, but there's just no need to, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's something like about 8 to 10 vendors there, and some of them have nothing to do with anything. Some people are a little high on their prices, so I kind of... One guy has since retired, and another guy, I don't see him anymore. And then another vendor did not have his famous 25-cent box of postcards, because there was a big supposedly paper show a few days ago, or the day before. Maybe he took that and sold that there. I have no clue. So this was just what of his leftovers was, and he probably figured that he'd sell more in that particular larger metropolis than this small little podunk place. But it's on a ridiculously traveled road. Huge. There was like a swap meet off to the side there, which I visited. I won't show anything from that. Only bought one item. So let's start off with the Goodwill bins finds here, and then we can carefully take a look at the stamp show stuff here. But the Goodwill bins was absolutely insanely crazy. But I found this really nice, came off of a bookend here. Really, really neat. Don't need the wood part of it because I'm going to take that and use that outside probably. There was another one of those that would have made a nice pair, but I let my friend have that. I said, no, I just have one fence post. I'll just stick that on a fence post, and it'll be a nice piece of garden art or something. We'll figure out what to do with that one there. Again, start off with the paper stuff here. Tons of it. I found gobs and gobs of postcards there. At approximately a penny a piece, I take them all, unless there's something majorly wrong with it. Very cool there. Then I found these. The Founders Club 16th Green Sunday, Charles Schwab, Champions, Omni Tucson National Resort. They were in the holder with the lanyard, but I did not need that, so I just kept the tickets or whatever they are. I have a couple of those in here. Some interesting electric looking postcard there. If I'm not too zoomed in here. There's this one here, some sort of waterway. I don't know if that's the Netherlands or where that is. I have no idea. Here's a Philadelphia. I think that's the Rocky statue. Don't want to get a copyright strike. Sitka, Alaska. We'll go through these a little faster here. San Diego, Los Angeles. And I got a ton of stickers to show in a minute here. I got Honey Skateboards. All kinds of skateboard stickers that were dumped all over. These are the things that no one, and I repeat, no one grabs. Because they don't want to spend the time digging through stuff like that, because the more digging, the less finding. If that makes sense, you know, you might miss something. And then here is another one of these. I probably should have kept it in the plastic lanyard thing with the lanyard on it, but oh well. You win some, you lose some. I just don't know. I don't know if this is Professor X or who this is, or if that's the guy from, you know what I mean, Lex Luthor. I don't know who that is. It's an old vintage, probably 90s figurine here. Tons of trading cards, tons. These are all military ones. I've had these before. All kinds of stuff here. There's the lenticular Greg Biffle card there. That's very, very cool to have that one there. And then all kinds of cool foil cards. I don't think I had a complete set. I don't know what I have here. I tried to grab every one, but sometimes they wedge themselves in between lawn chairs and all kinds of stuff. But here's some really neat foil cards here. These are kind of hard to find. Here's a Boy Scout strip that got in there. And then there's a random Pokemon that got in here, but we'll get to that in a second here. That's oddish, nothing special there. So all these kind of different military cards. I don't know if I could ever build a set of those. It's pretty big. Philadelphia and the Redwoods. Sorry, there's that one there. So there is all that stuff there. Then we keep going here. Here's a Tillamook postcard. I give those out to people. Piles of Pokemon. I found 2 bundles. Oh, something fell here. There was a really cool I won't say a board game, but just think of like electric football. There was a USA World Cup game, but unfortunately it wasn't complete. And it came with these little people here. I just took some of the little guys because the game wasn't complete. It was really neat. I wanted to buy a bunch of the components to it. But that's a little guy, and I guess he rocked back and forth, maybe the soccer player. It was a team. It was a USA, and then there's all kinds of tons of Pokemon. I don't have time to go through those right now. And then figurines, some figurines. Here's again another big stack of rubber banded Pokemon there. Didn't look at it. I found this, and almost the other half of it. This is Buck Rogers in the 25th century or whatever it is. There's the other half of him, but he's missing the torso part. And there's all kinds of little figurines, doodads, other parts of... Here's some guy from Electric Football, I believe. He was one of the San Diego... Oh, no, he's a Rams. Los Angeles Rams from Electric Football. Legos. You name it. All kinds of really interesting stuff here. We'll go through that at another time there. So there's a ton of stuff. Here's even some Lego people I found. I believe these are Star Wars. I'm not sure. But there are those guys right there. Very cool. And then we have another bag of stuff, which I bagged up here. Here's Pine Mountain Sports, Bend, Oregon. So I grabbed stickers, you know, for laptops. Here's another Honey skateboards here. I think that's one. I think I might have had some of those that were gotten a care, or not a care package, but there's another one of these. A tree was planted with my purchase from the skateboardstore.com. You know, Zoomies. There's Zoomies sticker. I got a ton of those. Here's Fail Zero. Just on and on. Here's an Oregon patch. Again, this stuff costs nothing. Nothing to buy. All my whole, you know, stickers upon stickers upon stickers. I mean, Caballero sticker. I mean, that's Steve Caballero. And then here's a Scout patch. Aide de Camp 1998. CIEC. I don't know what counts. Anyway, California Inland Empire Council. That's what that is. So there is that. Now let's get to the main part of the show here is the stamp show. So I get to the stamp show, get to the building there. The parking lot was full. They had another event going on there. I waited just a couple seconds to get in, or a couple minutes, I mean. There were door prizes, but I didn't sign up for that because nobody mentioned it. And so a lot of us went in without signing for the door prize, so I won nothing. But I didn't worry about it. I'll just let somebody else win. It's not the end of the world here. So there's reasons why I bought some of these envelopes here, and I'll go through all of them here. I got 2 bags of stuff here because I made a second trip in after I went to the restroom. There's a reason why I bought this. Everything in that bundle was 50 cents a piece, and he charged me $5 for everything, so that looks like it's pretty fresh, never been canceled, so we're just going to go ahead and use that. Then we're going to, without telling anybody we did. Here's a Hawaiian postcard just because I think it was a quarter. I don't remember. So I did find a quarter box here. This was 25 cents, and I'm probably going to get rid of this worthless first day of issue envelope here and keep that really fabulous coin. We shall see. I don't know whether I'll keep that together or not. But there's a really nice coin here, and that was a quarter for that one. Then we have this one here, only because it's the historic Portland City Hall grand reopening. They show that in a lot of news videos there. It's got somebody's address on there, but we're not going to worry about it, and some sort of advertising on the back of it. And this guy may have been at the stamp show, I'm not sure. But a lot of this stuff gets traded back and forth between the different collectors here. I got a ton of these Scouts of the World cards. People ask a lot of money for some of these. This is the Jamaica one. So if they're anywhere between $1 and $5 each on the internet, these were a quarter a piece and bought every single one. Every single one. Grenada, Bermuda, St. Lucia. Again, those were 25 cents a piece. I had to take them all. Dominican Republic. So you get an idea here. There's lots and lots of cool stuff here. Haiti. We have Antigua. I don't think I have anywhere near a complete set. This is kind of neat. Post Italiana, and it's got something to do with the old-fashioned bicycling here. Very, very cool. Again, that was in the quarter pile. It was a nice postcard there, and the stamps are glued on the front there and canceled right here. So it's a commemorative type thing. That was fun to have. Then we have someplace in California, so we'll try to use that one there. We have this one here because I believe that I just was trying to find stuff to buy. Here's an unusual 4-cent postcard here. I might keep that for my collection instead of using it. This one was a used postcard here, but it's neat because it's got the motel with the old 1950s station wagon and boat there, so very, very cool. I forget where that is. That is essentially the Highway House Motel, and that is in Blythe, California, but it's actually canceled San Diego on the back there, so anyway, there's that one there. And we have a postcard of I Saw It, so the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, I Saw It. kind of folded there. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I did not see it. I may have it one. I'm not really sure. It's been so a while. This one here I just got because I don't remember if I have Garberville, California, but it's some sort of cash receipt, and Garberville canceled it right here, and Garberville also canceled the stamps right there. So it's a nice little Garberville cancel that you can put in an envelope and display that. I don't mind having duplicate cancels because sometimes I'm better. This is Marceline, Missouri. MO is Missouri, I believe, and that's Walt Disney commemorative. Some guy in Chevy Chase, Maryland ordered this one here. So very cool there. That's why his address is on that one. And then we have a postcard, because a 4-cent one. I don't remember if I have a copy of this one, but it'll be good to use if I don't. And then here's a Viking mission to Mars, because a space envelope for $0.25. Why not? Then we have this here. Threw these in the basket here. This looks like these never got whatever happened here. So that's a fresh thing of stamps right there, and they're all space ones. So I'll decide whether I want to keep that in my collection or use that. And then the guy was like, those were in there? Oh, wow. And the same thing with here. Those are not been dealt with at all. So very, very cool to have that. That saves me a little bit of dollars. And again, the same thing with this one right here. I don't like to, but you know, these larger envelopes, they've all been missed, so I might as well just go ahead and deal with those here. So that's very cool to have those. Those were in the 50-cent each pile, so didn't get as many of those. Here's a San Jose, California, first day of issue. Thought that was pretty neat, and I don't know how well I have a San Jose, but I just thought, yeah, I might as well get that. This one here was from this place in Utah. You can read it yourself. I'm not going to say that because I don't know if YouTube will get me in trouble for saying. But it's also autographed by the postmaster. So that's kind of an interesting place in Utah. Never heard of it. Interesting there. Then we have this one here. The Great Republic of Rough and Ready. Succession Station, Day Station, June 28, 1987, Rough and Ready, California. So there's that one. Then we have this one here. WETA Television 26. Washington, D.C. It's been canceled, Washington, D.C. So that's essentially a PBS radio, I think is what that is. Television and radio, so that's kind of interesting there. Not exactly sure what that was for, but there that is. You know, and again, here's Oregon National Historic Trail, I think is what that is. Don't know exactly what that is, but it was a 19-cent postcard and canceled with the National Historic Trail, Fort Vancouver National Historic Site, Vancouver, Washington. So dual canceled there. This one here is the Smithsonian Institution, National Air and Space Museum. Milestones of Flight commemorative number 3. So that's pretty neat there. And it's got a little sheet of paper explaining it in there. It says Milestones of Flight, all that good stuff there. Then we have the Skyway Lodge. Did we have the Skyway Lodge? Or no, that was the Highway Lodge. I don't remember. 9 miles west of Chico, California. 99, and this is in Paradise. Yeah, from Paradise, California. I believe that was the place that got burned up there. Then we have this one here. Not sure. It's not a photo. It doesn't look like... It looks like a photograph, but I think it's an artistic rendering. Don't quote me on that one. And this is out of Santa Monica, California. I already have all these cities, so that doesn't mean anything here. Here's a nice Liberty Bell from TWA, so that's very, very cool. Again, this was bargain history. You know, I was spending $5 for a bundle, $10 for it was just dirt cheap. Then we got mountains and mountains of stamps. We've got a whole bunch of 10-cent stamps. I want to say when they said 80%, so you're paying 80%. I mean, you're paying, essentially, I think it was 20% off on the stamps is what they were trying to get at here. I got tons of these old 2-cent stamps. Some of them were brittle and getting broken, but... And then I got these 29-cent stamps. Bunch of Black Heritage 44-cent stamps. That's crazy. And then I got these Negro Leagues baseball stamps. Those are neat. Those are very cool. Then I got some more of them right there. So that the sheets are not mint at all. So those just be using. Here's Henry Knox. Got a whole bunch of... I picked up a bunch of the more unusual, like 8 cents. That's when I need a lot. You know, I grabbed 10 cents as there's some more 8-cent Knox. This one was a complete sheet, but it's got some slight damage on it. But it looks like 2, 5, 13, or no, these are all 37s, that's right. So don't pay attention to these numbers here, they're all 37s right here. But there's some staining right there. Otherwise, it's a neat sheet. I could have gotten a mint one of those, but I didn't feel like it, I don't know. I want to buy stamps to use. These are all something ridiculous like 1 1/4 cent stamp. So you got to have like 4 of those to use on a letter to get that full quarter there. And another 2-cent stamp. We'll get through the stamps very, very quickly, and then I'll show you the last bits of the stuff that I got here. Here's Giving Blood Saves Lives. Those are 6-cent stamps. These are all Sam Houston ones. I needed some 5, so I'll grab those. I believe that's Sam Houston. Some love stamps because they're just nice and colorful for the letter. Some Muir stamps, John Muir stamps. And we have a couple of these. 1.5 cent stamp each. 1.5 cent. That's crazy. Amazing. Those stamps are super old. And this came in there. I'm going to take these. It says the Liberty Collection. And I guess somebody collected a whole collection of stamps that related to Liberty. Very, very neat and cool there. It's really a cool little collection there. But I'm going to take this apart and use that for postage because these are all very, very common stamps. I'm not sure. There's some sort of moisture going on in there a little bit in the holder there. So hopefully that hasn't damaged the stamps. I probably will not keep the holder. Now let's get into some of the other stuff. This is the last stuff when I came back in. I could have spent a lot more money and I chose not to. There was a lot of really neat stuff. So anybody who collects history of any kind, I didn't find any trading cards there like I have in the past. But so one of the things I got was this Corporal Somebody Tingle. I'm not sure, but he's writing to Miss Georgia Macaulay in Tacoma, Washington. This is from 1951, so that's just after World War II. You know, it could be Korea. Not sure when exactly what that is, but yeah, that's essentially his autograph right there. And it says Equipment Repair Squadron, APO San Francisco. So very, very cool with that one there. There's the old 6-cent stamp there. There was a lot of World War II history in that particular bin. And then I got this one here from the 1940s. 1943 Philippines. This passed by the censor of the Japanese military police. That's neat. This was $1. $1 from Elisa Corral in Manila. So that's interesting there. That's really cool. All these markings there, and there's some overprinted stamps with some Japanese marking on it. So these stamps are in centavos, it looks like, and then there's some overprinted foreign language on there. Interesting, interesting. There's nothing on the back here. It's sealed, but it looks like it may have been, I don't know, maybe it was who knows? It's just an empty envelope at the moment right now. But that's very, very, sorry about for the light, a little dark in here. And I got this postcard, Independence Class Carrier. He had a whole bunch of these. One of the sellers had this. He said it was $1 to $2 a piece in the bin for most of it, but sometimes it was really fabulous. One item was $10, and I'll show you that. I don't know if I can show it to you, but it's just really interesting. This is for use in buying out or bankrupting, more income, tax-paying business, and making your tax bill higher. One tax-free buck from the Cooperative Commonwealth, or something like that. I don't know what this is, but federal income taxes and tax exemption we trust. Probably from the 1950s or so. I have no idea. Some sort of co-op IOU. I have no idea, but very colorful. It's kind of beat and folded in the middle, but like somebody had it in a wallet for a while. You pay them, we dodge them. Federal income taxes. So what is that? I have no idea. This certifies that we think everybody shouldn't pay taxes except for U.S. co-ops. So there's that one here. And then this one is one of these Bible bills, and it says, the wage of sin is death. How can ye escape? Yeah, well, let's not read all that. But anyway, there is that one. That's creepy. Very, very creepy. That could be from the 40s. I have no idea. That looks like it's from like the 30s or 40s. Really, really old there. There's some sort of copyright back there, but or no, it's just the Bible something or other. Then we have some interesting pictures here. This is from Salem Amateur Radio Club here, and this is sent from Queensland, Australia. So I have a friend that might give that to. I'll see if I want to keep that. I'm not exactly sure, but most of these QSLs, what they call them, they used to be next to nothing on eBay, but now they charge a lot for them. I just think this is really cool. It's a James Gang, just kidding. But it's a very nice picture of 3 young lads there. What do we call a real photo postcard? So that's very, very cool here. And then there's another one here. These are not going to be mailed off here. But another really cool one there. Nobody knows who they are, so they were in like the dollar pile. But, you know, again, there's getting really, really harder to find these things. And I found them in a stamp show. Antique stores. So it'd be triple and quadruple what I paid. This is kind of cool because this is made out of plastic. And this little cachet part here is a strip of plastic. Like a plastic film that they glued on there. Very neat. Leaving for the Moon. This is Cape Canaveral, 1969. Very, very cool moon cover there. There's a little bit of, sometimes there's a bit of history in here. And this one I don't think has anything in there. Oh, there's actually 2 in the envelope. Okay. I thought there was 1. There's actually 2. But anyway, I got that for $0.25. So that's fine. There's another plastic one. I've seen these. I don't know what the value of these. This is a folio print. So I've never had those before. A couple more items here. We're almost at 20 minutes here. This is Brothers Oregon, and I couldn't tell you if I had Brothers cancel. They were the one that dissed me. They wouldn't give me my cancel back 2 different times. So now I can cross off Brothers off my list, and that should finish off. If it's a duplicate, oh well. This is a really beat up and water damaged postcard, but it's kind of neat because it's got Japanese or Chinese writing on here. I can't read that. If anybody knows what that is or can read that. Oh, shoot, it's upside down. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's probably how it goes. I thought that was kind of interesting, so I threw that in the pile there. Sometimes when you throw really janky items in the pile like this, the price comes down. So that's kind of neat. And then here's Apollo 11. So all kinds of really neat history. Now, the neat thing about this Apollo 11 here is that Washington, D.C., September 9th, 1969, that's when this was originally mailed out here by Fleetwood. This is a Fleetwood cover. But somebody has gone, and there's the other moon landing there. They have gone and put this large stamp here, did first day of issue, and they redid it. So they bought old cancels and then canceled again back in 1989. So this is what we call a dual cancel. So this sat for a good, 20 years before it got canceled again. How crazy is that? So that's what we will do. It's like a buyback type of thing. Somebody bought a bunch of these old ones and then they had them canceled again. Very cool item. Very unusual to find that. So that's my thrift finds there and my stamp show finds. Absolutely a spectacular time. Now, before I leave, I've got one very ridiculously fragile item that I paid $10 for. The item that you didn't know you all were waiting for. Look at this old paper here. It's got some brown staining on there. Not sure what happened there. Probably got heat damage there. Very, very old paper. Very, very, very old paper. Looks like some sort of Rorschach ink blot there. I should be wearing gloves for this. There is the printing right there. Somebody has written something here. Film for, I can't read it. Something for record, June, the something, 1857. It looks like 1857. This was 1857, okay? Oregon became a state in 1859 or something ridiculous like that. I believe so, because they had their centennial. Now this, wowza. This needs to be preserved somehow. This ancient territory of Oregon, and then I can't read it, it says 59 or 53. Know all men by these presents. Something and his wife, territory, let's see, Philip, somebody and his wife, the country of Umpqua, territory of Oregon, for something, aid in consideration of the sum of $1,000. Now paid, have granted, bargains sold by these presents, do grant a bargain and sell. I think there's a land grant or deed or something from the 18... Oh my gosh. That's absolutely insane. I need to do some more history on this. Very, very cool. Somebody has autographed it there. I have no idea, but the guy said $10, and I said, no problem. We'll do that all day long. That guy had some really amazing stuff in that box. So I tell people, if you go to a stamp show, if you say it's like watching paint dry, I cannot help you. When I was at the bins this morning, I found the majority of a Buck Rogers action figure. Even broken, that could probably pay for almost every other item that I got today. Absolutely insane. The postage that I bought about $18 worth, so if you add another 20% off to that, what is that, 25, 26? I have no clue. No clue. But I saved money on everything today. Got some astounding stuff. I could not even fathom a guess of what this could be. If somebody put that line in a well-advertised auction, that could be $50 to $100 and also pay for everything I bought today. Very amazing, ancient 1850s document. If I saw that somewhere else, or if that was an antique store, it was only $10, that would not be there very long. But these guys deal with so much paper, they could care less. He thought it was really cool, but he said, $10. And I said, okay, game on. That's when I knew he was in sales mode. And other times they have these very refined boxes at $1 each and very, very common stuff. Nothing special. But the main guy that does all the 25-cent postcards, he was there and had no postcards. I only spent $2 at his booth. Other people had all these foreign stamps, which I could have no deal with. So if there's like 8 to 10 vendors there, I really only dealt with 4 at the most. I bought from 1, 2, 3, 4 vendors, and let's see, 1, 2. I bought from 5 vendors, I think. Amazing day. I wished I could have bought more. I could have bought more, but anything that I brought home would have been just ridiculous. And what do I do with it? Sadly, the goal that I had accomplished, I accomplished my stamp goal, but I did not accomplish my goal of postcards for my California project. I got almost 0 for that. So, let me know what you thought of this video, and thank you for watching.
We'll return after these messages.
First, I emptied the checking account, and then I hit the mall, and there in the window was this sexy little outfit, and oh my gosh, I just had to have it. $1,500 for a leather bustier? I didn't care. It lifts and separates. Plus, it's not like I'm actually paying for it.
Introducing City Identity Theft Solutions, free with any Citi card. Help getting your life back? That's using your card wisely.